Typically, you see a lot of the same color, showing that a lot of the same stuff is going to be falling. But there we have that very crystal clear little spot of blue that showed up, that showed that something different was still moving into the air. For the evening commute, especially keep an eye out for this. With a lot of this heavy rain trying to work through, it could really do a number on visibility. It can quickly pile up on the roadways, and especially since we have not seen this kind of rain in a long time, just make sure you're maybe just taking it a little bit slower if you're heading out. Watching this last night come around Lakeview, I mean, it had one of the clearest debris signatures when it was a confirmed tornado on the ground. And in the past couple of minutes, when it comes to Lakeview, that's been confirmed as an EF3. That's 16.9 was over in Muskingum County. But again, in Heath over in Licking County, you only saw 9.5 inches. So there was a snow band that worked into this area, just dumped a ton of winter weather. So it is going to create very varying conditions. That does remove a lot of these counties from that open burn ban as well. Now we're sitting at a little bit more than 24 counties that are still included in that 1 out of 4 to 2 out of 4 risk for isolated flash flooding, especially in Fairfield County. You're all too familiar with this risk, so just keeping it in mind. If you see standing water on the roadways, don't try to drive through it. You don't know how deep it is. It's barely above freezing with the temperature. I have my little handy dandy thermometer wind gauge here, and I mean, we're dealing with a wind chill dropping us down to the 20s. So I mean, a nice balmy setup for today. A dip in the jet stream start to settle in towards the middle of next week, which is going to do two things. It finally brings in some cooler air, and systems love to ride along the jet stream. So that means we're finally going to get a chance of rain back in the area. 5 inches of rain to 7 inches of rain in the matter of an hour. Now these storms aren't hanging over for an hour long, but even in 15 minutes, that's looking at 1 to 2 inches of rain. Shout out to the people who stopped along the side of the road to check on me in my car because it was pitch black and everything. So yeah. I appreciate that Midwest friendliness. I was fine. And I did see the northern lights, so that was exciting. So it's the leading edge of this that's going to carry the better chance for storm development and tornado development. It's been 90 degrees for 4 days in a row, which is like, man, that's kind of a long time, but how naive. It pales in comparison to the longest stretch of 2 weeks in a row. As you're heading out for the nationwide children's races this weekend, the 5K on Saturday at 9, pretty good. 55 to start, temperatures building through the 60s and 70s. For the half and the full marathon on Sunday, not as good. 7:30, decent amount of rain in the area, so plan on running with some rain. We were sitting at about 72 degrees when we were kind of midway through partial solar eclipse, but now we're sitting at 69.5. So we've dropped about 3 degrees, not at 100% yet.
Joe, by the way, I've been thinking really long and hard about what would be the Olympic sport for you in the winter. I'm thinking cross-country skiing because you're a glutton for punishment when it comes to long-distance things with a couple of marathons. So let's get the cross-country skis on, man. I think that's your thing. Okay, mine would be bed rotting if I had the option. That would be the one that I would want to go gold for sure. How far away lightning can reach from a thunderstorm. It's up to 15 miles. So, I mean, that's a very long way away where you're thinking, I can't even see the storm, so I'm not impacted. Again, these warnings cover huge amounts of area because these storms are moving fairly quickly. I kind of like how the tracks of these two systems are going to pan out. It really saves us from seeing the worst of both of them. We're going to watch a lot of sunshine, a lot of heat try to mix together, and that could create some issues, especially around the metro area. An air quality alert from 7 a.m. this morning, lasting more than 12 hours. Much when you have this bone dry air, anytime it rains, the air will evaporate that pretty quickly, and that is going to help us cool off a little bit more, a little earlier. Greek letter Omega, we have 2 low pressure centers and 1 high in the middle, and over the next couple of days, it is not going away anytime soon.
A lot of snow all over the state, all over the region, and frankly, all over the mid-Atlantic. It's going to be a mess.
I was looking at some live shots yesterday from Kansas City.
Oh, they had an ice storm there. That was bad.
That was wild.
Crazy. I mean, we're kind of in that lucky spot. I mean, we've had a ton of snow, but I'd rather snow than ice. And I mean, if we were a couple miles south, it would be a much different story waking up to today. So thankful that while we are seeing a lot of snow here in the area, it is mostly just falling as snow. We're kind of in the middle of this system still as it moves through parts of the Midwest, getting into the mid-Atlantic as well. You can see that heavier, more widespread area of snow off towards the east in Pennsylvania, Maryland, parts of Delaware as well. That's what we saw overnight going into this morning. Looking out towards the west, what's over Indiana and Illinois, that's going to find its way into the area as we head into this afternoon. So up our totals a little bit more as we head into the second half of today. For now, looking at spotty snow showers filling in that gap. So some of us are a little bit drier, but others are still seeing a decent amount of snow that continues to fall. That icy cutoff is riding right along along the Ohio River. So thankfully we haven't seen a ton of that lift into the area. It's gone back and forth, moving northward and southward a little bit as we've gone throughout the course of this morning. But snow totals wise, we have seen a ton in a couple of areas. Estimates from the past 24 hours showing a little more than 3 inches here in Columbus, but almost 7 inches over in London, 7.5, a little more than that over in Piketon, down in Pike County. Areas down towards the southwest, they've been dealing with snow for a lot longer. They've been stuck in a lot of these heavier snow showers as well. So that's why totals are a little uneven in a few spaces. Again, these estimates are showing a few tenths of an inch for a couple spots just north of Columbus, while we're sitting at that 3-inch range. So again, we've been lucky to see some of these heavier snow showers move in and out of the area, but it is creating that unequal layer of snow in parts of central Ohio. Looking out with our fire and ice heating and air conditioning tower cam over the city, even without the help of the sun, the street lights alone are going to show how much snow has been stacking up on the ground. That's why we have that winter storm warning in effect for a lot of the area. We've already seen a lot of snow here for the majority of central Ohio. A little bit more is still on the way. If you're not in the pink, you're under that purple, so that winter weather advisory. So all in all, we're still expecting a couple more inches of snow to fall as we go into the rest of this afternoon. That's why we have the weather alert day today. Snowy roads have been a huge problem so far. There is more snow on the way. We have that very light chance of seeing that icy mix move into the area, but temperature-wise, whether this wet, icy weather or not, it has been cold all day. Looking at temperatures as we head into the next couple of hours, it's going to stay in the 20s, so that's going to support more snow as we go into the rest of today. Here's when that area off towards the west is going to slide into central Ohio. Looking ahead to the late morning and the early afternoon, that is going to bring in a couple more pockets of more heavier snow to move in, or steadier snow, and especially for areas south of I-70, so you can expect those totals to bounce up a little bit higher before we end off today. Looking ahead to tonight, we're going to switch to the back end flow of this system, so it is going to bring in a few more flurries as we go into the overnight hours, but those really won't do too much to stack up more snow as we go into the day tomorrow. We're even going to see some clearing skies take hold by Tuesday, so there is some sunshine around the corner once we get past today. When all is said and done, especially for areas south of I-70, you could be rivaling a foot of snow in a few localized areas, not for everybody, and that is going to gradually get lighter as we head farther up north. So in Columbus, kind of in that 3 to 5 range, and we're going to look at a few areas just around an inch north of I-70. Typically where you see that lake effect be a lot stronger, they're not going to get too much snow today. Temperature wise, numbers are going to be in the upper 20s, but wind gusts are going to be very high. So while it's already going to be cold outside, it's going to feel even colder. So that wind chill low for now is in the single digits, but we will see that break slightly into the teens throughout the rest of today. Temperatures are gradually getting cooler as we head into the next couple of days. By Thursday, we're only sitting at about 20 degrees, and the mornings will be starting off in the single digits. But once we head into this weekend, we will be drier, still cloudy. Temperature-wise, we're going to try to reach the freezing line, but next 7 days are going to be stuck at 32 and below. We've got a ton of snow on the ground.